Alyse here from Plan with Alyse. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video today, we're going to be setting up our budget for week number 4. It's the very last weekly budget for me for May 2019. And of course, if you've seen any of my other videos for our weekly budgets this month, you know that we're going to have to go back over week number 3's budget as well, so that we can go ahead and make sure we stuck to the budget or see what we went over or under for, so that we can plan better in the future when making our budget. But besides that, be on the lookout. My very next video is going to be setting up the monthly budget for June of 2019, and I'm going to go into some pretty detailed information just showing how to set up a monthly budget if you haven't set one up before. And I'm also going to be showing you how I set up my planner for the month as well, because it's more than just the little weekly budget list that I show on here. But I'm going to go into detail and show you how I set up for the full month on that video as well. So bring your popcorn, because it's probably going to take a little bit of time. But if you are interested in seeing that video, definitely go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell notification so that you will know exactly when that comes out. And if you are interested in seeing any other videos from me in general, go ahead and subscribe as well. This is my new channel, so I have to build my subscribers and everything back up, so I would really appreciate you subscribing to me. And if you have a channel as well, please do leave that in the comments so that I can subscribe to you also. But now that we have all of that out of the way, let's jump into this budget. And it will not be blown out like last week. I have no idea what happened there. Right, and let's zoom in as usual so that you can see what's going on this paper. All right, and so this is paycheck number 3, and as I said, we're gonna have to go over this first to see how we did before we can go over week number 4's budget and set that up. So just for a refresh, we only had 4 bills for last week: our Discover card, taxes, life insurance, and iCloud. And that came out to $244.02 budgeted, and that should, I believe, stay exactly the same for all of these categories. These aren't things that fluctuate. And then all of our expenses for last week, we will go through that together to see how we did there. But let's jump right into this so that this isn't the longest video you've ever seen in your life. And my poor little pens are running out of ink. I need to order some more. If you have not seen my main channel, which this branched off from, these are Parku pens. If I can remember, I'm terrible at remembering to link stuff, but if I do remember, I'm gonna link these pens in the description box. I did buy them off of Amazon, and they're erasable pens. It's pretty much like the friction pens, if you know about those, where the friction of the little eraser on the tip, that causes the ink to heat up and it just disappears basically. So the ink is actually still there, you just can't see it anymore. So if you have your planner and you erased a lot of stuff and then you have it somewhere cold, that ink will show back up later. So that's just a word to the wise. If you're trying to completely get rid of something, this is not that. And so for Discover, like I said, I'm pretty sure all of these are just like the exact amount that we had listed. So that was 80. Taxes, we did pay 90. Our life insurance was $73.03. And then the iCloud was 99 cents. It always intrigues me that there's not any taxes included in that, but it might be because we're in Texas. Let me know. I don't know how that works. Is it because we're in Texas that we don't have taxes on that, or did they just not put taxes on it? Let me know in the comments if you know that. And so, since this is all the same, it's gonna be the same amount, $244.02. Now for the expenses, where it gets tricky every time. So for groceries, if you saw my Instagram post that I mentioned in one of the last videos, one of our goals for May was to stay within budget for food, and it's looking like that's not gonna happen. I basically put all the money we had left for our groceries budget onto this budget so that we could go grocery shopping for the rest of the month, and we had $64 left, and we ended up spending $79.48 on groceries this week. But in our defense, it wasn't all food that the money was spent on. We bought some laundry detergent, and we bought some dog food and other stuff like that, like household stuff, personal stuff that wasn't actually food, but I have all of that in the grocery category. So technically we didn't go over, but the way I have it categorized, we did go over. And so for gas, we actually did not get any gas last week. And I'm guessing it's because the week before we actually ended up getting gas on Thursday, and the budget starts over every Friday. So I guess that gas just held us over for the whole week instead of having to refill on a Thursday before, like usual. And what's next? Tithes. I actually ended up doing $111.57 because I gave 3 to our benevolent offering that we have at church. And savings, that was $50. Eating out, how did we do on eating out? We went over on eating out too. 20, oh Lord. I thought that I was gonna have to write with a non-erasable pen for this video because the ink is running out, like I said, on these, and it would be scratched out stuff all over the place. So I'm hoping that these make it through the end of the video, and if not, we're just gonna have a completely different colored pen on here instead of all black. And let's see, for entertainment, we did not spend any money. You gotta find the free stuff going on in town. We went to this thing called Wine Down Wednesday here. It's the first Wednesday of every month at this shopping center called the Arboretum here in Austin. And they have 4 to 5 stations set up at it, depending on how many vendors they get. And at each station, you get a cup of wine, like a little, about this big plastic disposable cup of wine, and an appetizer. But I don't know where the but came from there. But you just walk around the shopping center, and it's a lot of nice places there, like Z Gallery, Pottery Barn, a lot of local businesses, a lot of home decor stuff and interior design stuff, which I love. Like, that's my life. But you just walk around, see the sights, do a little shopping if you want. But other than that, you just get the wine and the appetizers and enjoy your day. I'll post a quick little video that I got from Net here for y'all to see. But yeah, you definitely need to look up all the free stuff that goes on in your town, especially when you're trying not to spend a lot of money due to trying to get out of debt as we are. For the Florida trip, we did pay the full $400 towards the plane tickets and everything. And the next payment is actually supposed to come out today, which will cover everything, but we'll go over that on budget number 4 after this. And Mama B, it hasn't actually come out of the account yet, but we have that paid already. The dishwasher, it actually ended up being $70, so we went under there by $5. And I just realized I have not been filling this out at all over here, but it ended up being $70 instead of $75 for the maintenance person to come out and check. the dishwasher, and hopefully everything's taken care of. But he did say if when we use it any other time it has the same issues, to just give him a call back, and it's not going to be another service fee for that. It'll still just be under that same umbrella issue, so that's good. Now let's talk about this oil change. I budgeted $90 for the oil change, and that was the high end. I was like, it should not be over $90, and it should not even reach $90. But guess what? Not only did it reach $90, it went over the $90. It was $128.32 for our oil change, but that does not just include the oil change. He ended up getting one of the recommendations that they said it was time to do on the car. He did that also. My husband took it up there. And we also are going to have to get the transmission fluid changed as well. They weren't able to do it there due to the year of our car. We have a 2016, I want to say 2016 Chevy Cruze, and due to the year of it, you have to go to the actual dealership or to a place that specializes in actually doing the transmission fluid changes and all that good stuff, because it's kind of hard for them to get to it. So we have more money that's coming out regarding what was supposed to be a less than $90 oil change, so that's great. William didn't spend any of his money this week, and neither did I. I don't know why I always fill it in like that. And for miscellaneous, we did end up spending $20.87. And that's it for the expenses. And I did not tally the expenses up beforehand to see how much it would be, so we can find out together. And just gonna go right down the list. Oop. Oh, another thing, I have to do this too before I forget. I don't know what I was thinking about that I didn't fill this out at all over here. Stuff that I don't feel like doing the math on, I'm just gonna skip and do it with the calculator, aka I'm only gonna fill out the easy stuff. Did that one. What's that, 38? And again, I apologize for my handwriting. It's terrible. It's always been terrible. Let's see. I'm just getting the amount for this bottom one. 50 minus 2087 is 2913. What else we got? And this is super. What am I doing? It's just $3. Alright. And then the 7948 minus 64 is 1548. Alrighty, and again, this is basically the same as last week, where almost the whole thing is different on the plus or minus side, so it doesn't make a huge difference which side to use. But I'm gonna still go ahead and use the plus or minus side again. So how you do it, if you're using it that way, you get the total amount that you have down here, which is $1,029.57, and then you just go plus this, minus this, plus this, plus this, until you go all the way down the list. So plus 1548 minus 30 plus 3 plus 802 minus 50 minus 5 plus 3832 minus 50 minus 29.13. And so that gives us 930.26. Can you see that? And so that's what you put down here for how much was actually spent. And someone asked me, they were like, if you're doing the plus and minuses for this, why do you put the amount over there? Because we basically just added this up and got the amount, just did it a different way. And so when you get this amount, you subtract it from this amount so that you don't have to clear it back out in your calculator. So that's minus 1029.57. And so this is the amount that we were under budget for the week, and you put that on this side. So it's $99.31, which means I believe we're under budget for this week. Yeah. So you see we have 244.02 plus 1,029.57. That equals 1,273.59. But since this ended up being the exact amount that we paid in that, but this was less, we actually were under budget by $99.31 for this week. And so you do the 1,273, darn it, 59 minus how much we were under budget, 99 dukes 31, and this is how much we spent for the week, 1174.28, and you put that there. And you don't have to write this again, but why not? And so that shows our total budgeted amount for the week was $1,273.59, but the actual amount that we spent was $1174.28, which means we were under budget by $99.31. And I'll circle this with the green pen. Even though it doesn't really look green, I'll do it anyway. And what I used to do, and I'm probably gonna go back to doing, whenever we were under budget on something, I would write that with the green pen. And when we were over budget on something, I would write the amount with the red pen. And then the same for the total. If we were under, it would be green. If we were over, it would be red. I just haven't done it recently for some reason. But that is it for paycheck number 3. We were under budget by $99.31 for the week, which I'm happy about. And if you saw budget number 2, you saw that we were under budget for $185.23 for the week, which I still don't know how we did, but hey, if we did it, we did it. I'm happy about it. And so now, finally, it's time to set up the budget for week number 4, the very last budget of May 2019. So let's get it in. So where did I just put my pen? All right, so for paycheck number 4, I already have all the categories filled out on here, and we just have to put how much we're budgeting for each for each thing. And we have 4 bills that are due again this week, the last 4 bills of the month. Our trash is always the exact same amount. It's just the set price that they charge to pick up the trash each month, well, each week. So that's $17.21 for the month for that. Our water bill, if you saw, I think paycheck number 2, or maybe even number 1, or maybe even the monthly budget. I was saying that we ended up getting a credit on our account for our water bill. And so last month we didn't have to pay anything for the water bill, and then this month we still had $24.70 worth of the credit left, and our bill is usually $73.35, so I just subtracted $73.35 from, I subtracted the $24.70 from the $73.35 to get what I thought the bill would be, and I put that on the monthly budget here. Can you see that? So I thought that it was gonna be $48.65, but the actual bill finally came out, and so I was able to put the actual amount that it was, and it is $51.09. So it was more. The bill for this month ended up being more than it usually is, but the $24.70 from that amount ended up being the $51.09. So we'll just put that there. Then our internet's $104.20 set price, and as well as our car note is a set price of $241.68 every month. And so all of that together comes out to $414.18. So that's how much we owe in bills for the month. And now again, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the expenses. Oops, sorry. Over here just knocking into everything. And so for the expenses this week, our groceries are going to be $0 budgeted because we are already over on the budget, and we have enough food to last us to the end of the month anyway. And for gas, it'll be the same $30. We should have to get gas this week. For our tithes, it's my husband's turn, and I'm putting $133. For our savings, the usual $50. Eating out, I'm doing $25. Entertainment, $25. And we actually, next week, there's another wine event taking place that's free here. It's in Round Rock, which is one city above us. We live in Pflugerville. And this wine company is having a free wine tasting at their store in Round Rock. And so we're gonna go to that, and it's gonna have like little appetizers set out, different wines for you to try, and it's just like a little mixer. So that'd be something cool to go to. We haven't been to anything like that here. There's been a lot of them. We just haven't been to anything like that. So we're gonna check that out and see how it is. I will let you know. And our next category is home. We are going home next weekend for a very, very, very sad reason. My little nephew, Michael Blake Whitaker, passed away last weekend in an accident, and so his funeral is going to be next weekend, May 31st and June 1st. The wake is the 31st, the funeral is June 1st. So we're going home to be with family for that and to say our goodbyes to him. I'll add a picture of him for y'all to see his sweet little face. I miss him so much. Oh, sorry, but we have to budget for that. I'm budgeting $150 to go home. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anywhere close to that amount that we actually spend, but it's better to be on the safe side. And then the rest of the money for our Florida trip is coming out of this check as well, for the plane tickets and everything at least. So that's $145.83, and then the plane and the hotel will be paid for. If you didn't hear, we're going to Florida next month with my family, and we are actually getting there early. So we had to get a hotel room for one day, and then the next day is when everybody else would get into town and we actually get the house that we're staying in. But to get the hotel room and fly down there, it was cheaper for us to do it that way than to fly in the actual day that the reunion starts. So we just went ahead and did that, and plus we're probably gonna hang out with our friend who lives down there. He lives in Daytona Beach. We're gonna be in Orlando, so that's like an hour away from each other, and we haven't seen him in a long time. So that'll be a day of us hanging out with him and having some fun with our friend. and then being able to spend a whole week with our family, loving on each other and having fun like we always do. So I can't wait for that. And as you see, I have the transmission on here. I didn't originally have this budgeted because I didn't know about it, but since it's here now, I'm gonna budget $100. The mechanic told William that it's like 80 something dollars, I think, for the regular kind. I don't know, child. And then $100 something for this advanced thing, but we are getting the regular. But since I didn't remember the exact amount, I just said $100 for the budget, and that should cover that. And if not, we'll just have to go over. And then the usual for William and me, $25 for the week. I do plan on spending my money this week, getting a few things, and I might dip into last week's money that I didn't use or to get some things. And then our miscellaneous is always $50 a week, and that's just to cover anything that we didn't think of or something random that pops up during the week. That usually covers it. And so all of this together is $758.83. And so that plus the $414.18 for bills comes out to $1173.01. So that's our total amount budgeted for this week. And let's hope we can stick to the trend that we've been on the last 2 weeks and go under this budget. That way there's just more money that we can put in our savings or put towards our lowest debt, which is rooms to go right now. We have about 2 or 3 more payments on that, and it'll be done. I think it's just 2, but it'll be done soon, and then it's on to the next from there. But that is it for this week's budget. I do want to thank y'all for watching. If you made it all the way through, I do appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Again, it's going to be the monthly planner setup as well as how to set up a monthly budget if you're interested in that. And I will see you then. Bye, y'all. She's playing the heck out of that box.